we have to reiterate for maybe some Taiwanese fans who actually don't know too much about Bistork. Bistork is an insanely good player. He is the number 2 in Hong Kong, just behind Gogo Joey. And even though he is the second best in that country, in that nation, he's a very strong player, very competitive. We've seen him take down players like Miyamika in the past, and like that's crazy. So, oh boy, he may be a favorite in this qualifier bracket, but we'll see if he can be stopped.
That we shall. He's starting here on Lightshade LE. We're in the bottom right-hand corner map, starting all the way in the bottom right-hand corner. We have the pink Protoss player representing himself and also Zest from the looks of things, as he's currently teamless. The second best player to come out of Hong Kong. He is Bistork.
And spawning in the top left-hand corner of Lightshade LE, we have the Taiwanese Terran player. We just saw him take down his brethren. How will he do here in a TVP? He's the Red Terran. He is Touch. Do it.
Is it ooh or is it oh whoa?
Oh whoa! I don't
Oh,
look. I don't.
When will people ever say oh whoa though?
Look, I don't speak weeb. I don't I don't know how that works. Maybe we can get some clarification.
Here in the chat. Yeah.
we need Sayak to get in here and translate for us.
Well, we could ask Vasubanya if we get to cast him.
Everyone at Vortex Land, maybe he's chilling there, maybe he can explain a little bit. Oh boy, but here we go, game number 1 of this best of 3. Again, another reminder to the people as, oh god, Bistork, he's doing Bistork things. This is a single limb bracket, mate. You lose here, you're out of the qualifier.
You have to come back in a couple of days. I believe 2 days from now is when the open qualifiers number 2 happens. Yep. And Friday is when you have to close qualifiers?
No, Friday is actually the Oceania qualifiers.
Oh, there we go. A little bit wrong, but yeah, Bistork going with this gateway. Yeah, gateway proxy. Just trying to get a bit of a quicker reinforcement point. Touch is doing the same thing he did against Ares.
We were just
but
talking
I feel like
about
this is going to work out better for him.
Yeah. We were just talking about this, like, is this something that he does every single matchup? We were talking about how Marauders, they can do well in TVP, you know, they can catch your opponent off guard and deal a lot of damage. Does he also do this in TVZ? Does he just do this every single game, no matter what? Like, aye.
Might as well, right? You know, get the build down.
Yeah. Good.
Yeah, it does get revealed a little bit too early here. Touch did go for safety Marine, so he didn't immediately throw down a tech lab, but yeah, he placed a Marine very far forward, was not able to deal with the probe that came out. Is Touch gonna see this? He doesn't even see the Adept yet.
Oh god,
he's keeping this reinforcement point hidden.
Yeah, he got a glimpse. He caught a glimpse of the Adepts, but you know what? He didn't even care. He's just going across the map. Honestly, this is pretty good because this forces Bistork to warp in at home, right? He cannot be as aggressive as he would have liked, because again, this is dangerous. You can focus down pylons, you can focus down shield batteries. Not so much Adepts.
Yeah, the Adepts have a surprising amount of health to them. And Marauders don't do too much damage against non-armored units.
Oof.
Oh, nice shade from Bistork, but unfortunately he rallied them right back into the Marauders. A couple of Stalkers coming out right now. Interesting choice to deal with Marauders, but they do outrange them for a little bit, so yeah, you can't try to kite them if your micro is clean enough.
Yeah, and Bistork has the cleanest micro here as he does deal with all the Marauders, and now he's going for a counterattack. He has that gateway across the map to reinforce, and now, oh my, the bunker, it's not even halfway done, mate. It's not going to finish.
It is not. SCV is going to get taken out. The Adepts, more of them, warp in here. The most anti-worker unit you can get right now, and the Stalkers are pretty much just here to provide a little bit of a backbone to clean up any stragglers. Touch was rallying towards that bunker, but he could not fill up something that wasn't completed. GG is called. Bistork takes game number 1.
That he does. Bistork very cleanly there. Again, a lot of things happened kind of blindly. You know, Bistork was being aggressive with that proxy. Meanwhile, Touch opened up with his classic Marauder style. But as we saw,
say classic, but
yeah, it could be his only style. I don't know. You know, that Touch style, right? It's everyone knows about it.
yeah.
Oh god.
I call it the touch and go.
I like it. that's what we're gonna start calling it, the touch and go build. But he did struggle there against Bistork. Bistork, he handled it beautifully. Game number 2, I hope Touch has another opening.
Please. Anything.
Please, puppy.
I like the
please.
overall idea that Touch is going for, right? Opening up with Marauders and going for 3 racks. That is very effective in TVP. But needless to say, the little decisions that he made in executing that is a little bit questionable. But regardless, we are continuing our series on Oxide LE. We're in the bottom left-hand corner map, swatting all the way in the bottom left-hand corner. We have the pink Protoss player coming out for the land of Hong Kong, the second best player to come out of Hong Kong, which is why it's always such a shame when we see him teamless like right now. He is Bistork.
And spawning in the top right-hand corner of Oxide LE, we have the Taiwanese Terran player. He is red, representing himself and I guess clan Owo? Uwu?
Is that a clan? I don't know if that's better or worse if that's a clan.
He's doing it for all the weebs out there. It is Touch. Oh boy.
And I'm just, my eyes glued directly at the production tab. It is a starter game. No big tech choices coming out from either player yet, but I'd like to see Touch go for something other than that tech lab immediately.
Yeah, I would hope so. I would hope so. We see Touch, he's already switching things up. He's going for a bit of an annoying NG block here at the natural base. Meanwhile, so far, Bistork has everything at home.
He's actually getting a Reaper this time.
Ah,
Dude.
mate,
Some momentous occasion.
what a god. He's not going Marauders? Mate, literal game changer.
He's even continuing to build that eBay. Give it a bit more health.
Because why not? So it does, of course, force a Zealot out here for Bistork. It delays the natural base. Obviously, Touch with good enough micro, and he should, with good enough timing, he should be able to cancel this without it dying.
Yeah, of course the idea is just to hit at Nexus for as long as you can, but if you don't get a refund on your eBay, it can actually stack up for later on, can make your timings a little later.
Definitely can. Meanwhile, this Reaper already has 2 worker kills, is going across the map. We did see the NG Bay was cancelled, so Bistork can finally expand. This Reaper isn't going to find too much here because there is a Stalker, but we are actually getting into a game here. And ooh, Bistork already has his tech of choice.
Oh, okay. Ready for Stargate to open things up after these initial gateway units. We'll see if Bistork is one to go into mass phoenixes, or if he prefers to just get a handful of them for crowd control. Definitely think it's a lot harder to pull off mass phoenixes than just having them as a bit of a support unit, but who knows? He might not even get phoenixes. He might just get an oracle, go across the map to kill SCVs and transition out of it.
I mean, it's Bistork we're talking about. Yeah, like the standard thing to do would be to go for phoenixes, but there we go. He's going for an oracle.
Okay. See if he wants to be. See how dedicated he wants to be when it comes to the harass. Not much anti-air by that mineral line right now for Touch. The Marines are in the bunker at the in front of the ramp.
This is scary. This is very scary. Like, Touch isn't scouting. He has no idea what's coming his way. This Oracle can deal a lot of damage. And meanwhile, Touch, he's actually being a little bit cheeky and proxying his starport.
Okay.
And because there are no Hellions, like, he may even like commit to a tech lab down here and just like go for a proxy, I guess, Lib or Banshee, right?
Yeah, either or as a way to support your ground army. Protoss player shouldn't have too much anti-air at the moment. Here comes the Oracle, and there's no anti-air to defend the mineral line. He's right for the picking!
Yeah, exactly.
You can evacuate it quick enough.
Yeah, the Marines do come in here, but the workers are falling. The Adept even shades in to add a little bit more DPS, try and take out some of the Marines, but the Oracle does escape. And we do see Touch is committing to that tech lab.
Okay.
And I'm worried because this means that this aggression is just going to be a little bit more delayed, right? Like, and these Oracles are not done. There's a second Oracle now. Yo, he can just fight the Marines.
He really could. He has enough here with this single Oracle. Enough energy here, I should say. And the thing is, he's keeping both of these Oracles alive for quite some time. He does have a lot of energy on them, which is worrisome, but at the very least, he'll have some way to get detection against the Banshees.
Exactly. As long as he recalls them, as long as they have backed up that energy, then he should be fine. He did get into the main base and did scout everything, and the starport is missing. So Bistork, he should realize that. We do see he's actually scouting around the map a little bit, but he has not found the starport yet.
Yeah, it's definitely a very uncommon proxy location, but with the way Bistork is expanding, he should get an idea. Touch has to be very, very careful not to reveal that Banshee a little too early.
Yeah, he's checking the regular location, which is here north of the base, right? In case it's a proxy. He has not checked over here on the very right hand side of the map, though. He does have stalkers in position, which, you know, like, again, they can deal with one of the Banshees, but Touch is waiting for a second one.
Yeah, second Banshee for Cloak to finish up. Oh, the Oracles survive, but they have just about zero energy on them. They never see last revelation that Bistork had.
Oh god,
but he's getting an observer. Oh no.
Yeah, the observer is on the way. To be fair, there is a window here where these Banshees can deal damage before the observer comes out. There's not that many workers here, but we'll see what he gets done. Oh.
And the Stalkers already see the Banshees. They will cloak. But Bistork just needs to buy himself enough time for the Oracles to come in for reveal or for that observer to finish up.
Yeah.
Nice dodge on the revelation, though.
The revelation was dodged. Unfortunately, Touch only got one worker kill, but yo, he's just meeting up with the army. He's just going for it, mate.
And this is definitely a very potent push. The Cyclones can definitely kite a whole lot. There are a lot of Phoenixes in the air, but it is mostly a Marine-focused army. What are Phoenixes going to do against Marines? Try to lift them up one by one. It's pretty time-consuming.
Yeah, they're not ideal. Thankfully, there are other high-tech units they can focus on. Oh, as long as they don't run headfirst into those Marines, they can CC the Cyclone, they can CC the tanks, and Touch is forced back home.
I like it. The last thing he wants to do is pull a little bit of an Ares here and move a little bit too deep into Bistork's territory, get his Marines picked off. And so now he's starting to work on his transition, but is it a little too late? I think it's going to be the question. This starport should go down.
Yeah, the starport is slowly going down. I hope Touch doesn't. I mean, to be fair, like it's only Phoenixes here, so maybe he can try and save this with his Marines and his Cyclones. Scans does pick up the observer.
But funnily enough, that observer bought a bit of time for these Phoenixes, right? They were able to get the starport in the end. The replacement only now being made. Bistork, he feels confident enough to walk into these missile turrets just to get a little bit more damage. Yeah, he's starting to pick off the army bit by bit.
Yeah, you were joking about it earlier, but he actually does pick up Marines. And he does kill them, and he gets away with his Phoenixes.
At least one of his Oracles over here. It's getting very, very low. But Bistork is in absolute control as to how this game is going. Touch is going to have to pull the trigger pretty soon to try to have one last hurrah where he can hit Bistork before he hits his final form. But, mate, a Colossus is already out. Thermal Lance is about to finish up. It is mostly Marines in that army. I don't think Touch is going to even put a dent in Bistork's economy unless he's able to catch the army out of position.
Yeah, this is the problem, right? Like Touch, he was stuck on two bases for so long. He was even stuck on one base for a little bit longer than he would have liked. He was trying to be aggressive, but he just didn't find any damage. He sustained so many SCV losses throughout the entire game. 15 SCVs have gone down. Now finally he gets a third, but you know what? Here comes Bistork's main army.
Enough time has passed. Bistork has gotten enough resources and enough army that now he's starting to turn the tables on the Terran player. He should definitely wait for Charge to finish up here, but it might not matter in the end. Even throwing down a Haluk Colossus just to put the fear of Hong Kong into Touch. I don't think Touch really has much fear, but regardless, it is way too much. GG is called. Bistork takes that series 2-0, and I'll have to double check, but I believe he's now in the qualifying match.
GG, well played. Bistork does 2-0 his opponent, does move on in the bracket. Exclamation mark B in the chat if you want to have a look at the bracket. And as you said, he is in a qualifying match. The qualifying matches are the semi-finals, and they are best of 5s.